back there, YouTube. So today is prep day. So I have like 3 hours every morning this week to free and clear, right? So instead of laying in the bed and watching TV, I figured I'd come out here and try to yank this motor out and swap the LS in. So my goal is to have the LS motor in, not necessarily completely done, ready to run, but at least in the truck by Friday. Now, whether or not that happens, who knows? So what we're going to do today is, pull the radiator out, jack the truck up, pull the bell housing bolts, pull the Holly sniper off, maybe pull the motor mount bolts, and if I can, today, I'll pull the motor out, but I don't think I'm gonna have that much time. Shout out to Smoking Asphalt for the crane. Y'all go check him out. Okay, so got the radiator drained, I believe, all the way. Let me put the, so ended up having a phone call, and I ended up getting the motor from the back. from out of the back. So, make sure all that fluid's out of the radiator. Then we can pull the radiator. Still got a little bit dripping. It ain't gonna take long. I believe I got most of the wires, except for the starter, the bell housing, the motor mounts, stuff like that. But I think we're at a good spot right now. Just waiting on this radiator to finish draining. I'll pull the bottom hose and we'll pull the radiator out. And we'll go from there. Okay, so found most of my bolts for the front accessories on my LS. So since I'm not taking all that front accessories off the big block and the LS is smaller, should fit, right? So what we're gonna do is put water pump, power steering, alternator. That's all the big block had. That's all we need. So what we're gonna do. New cam sensor. So I didn't videotape whenever I tore this motor down, but you can see all the gunk. And it was all through the motor. Like, it was just nasty. Like, they didn't change the oil at all. So I changed the bearings, I changed the rod, or I put Gen 4 rods in it. I put new piston rings. I did the whole damn thing. Except cam bearings. New crank sensor. That's gonna finish it off for today. It's 9 o'clock and I need to pull the balancer off, swap the front plate, all that. But I don't want to get caught up because I don't want to start my class late. So I feel pretty good where we got at the motor today. We got everything disconnected from the top side. And since I spilled a little bit of fluid, we're gonna have to let that dry out and come back tomorrow, jack the front end of it up, and then pull all the transmission off, support the transmission, pull the transmission off, or pull all the bell housing, pull all the bell housing bolts, pull the torque converter out, and pull the motor bolts. But I don't think that should take very long, so I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. Tell you what, I'm gonna find all my stuff so tomorrow morning I just hit it running. So, but that's gonna do it for today. All right, so we got a little time for lunch. So I'll try to pull this balancer off and swap the plates, and I'll put all my front accessories on. That way when we're ready to pull the big block, we'll pull it out. We'll be ready to go. You see, I cleaned it up a little bit, but in the corners and stuff, all that junk, corroded or whatever it is, I don't know. Okay, so I'm putting the front accessories on the front of this motor. And I came to my first crossroads with all the equipment that I'm using. It's not gonna line up and not gonna work correctly. Let y'all see. Okay, so I have the, I think it's ICT billet front plate with the dash 12 returns in the front of the motor, right? See the one here and one here. And you can see that with the truck accessories, I'm gonna have to cut this out because it simply will not work. Now, as far as anything else, I want to say that's the only thing so far that I've came across that's not gonna work. So it's just something to keep in mind whenever you're building something and you're trying to plan your build out. Just know that you're either gonna have to cut the bottom bolts off of your power steering pump bracket, or you're gonna have to figure out another return system for your return lines off your turbos if you're trying to go 5.3 with the twin turbos. Me personally, I'm probably just gonna cut it because I got 3 bolts up here on the front, on the top of this bracket. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut it out. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna just start cutting. Okay, do a little research, see what we can come up with. I know it ain't gonna be fun when the belt's on there. The belt's gonna be in the way too to get to it to where. So I was thinking maybe I could notch it out the back side and just have my fitting go through it, and then that way I can retain the bolt at the bottom. But man, they got 3 bolts at the top. It ain't going nowhere. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna verify and make sure that's what the right thing to do, but I think I'm gonna cut it. But I think, other than the alternator in this bracket, I think this motor is ready to be dropped in. So now all we gotta do is unplug the bottom side, or I say unplug, unbolt the bottom side of the truck, the 454 to get it out. The Bell Bowes torque converter and the mount, the motor mounts themselves gotta come out too. So. All right, so I ran into a little issue with the crane. It's a little, man, matter of fact, it's about 6 inches too short. I know some of y'all done heard that before, but it's the first time I run into that issue. So we're gonna run the Harbor Freight tonight and get the new, or the 2-ton, because it's just a 1-ton. So hopefully the 2-ton will have enough length or enough reach to get out there and grab hold of the big block, because as it sits, man, it's about 6 inches too short. So, but anyway, I'm gonna cut this video off because I ended up having a lot of content today, so I don't want to let the video get too long. So I'm gonna cut it off here. We'll pick you up in the morning and we'll start over again. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you.